welcome to the Agri-Learn podcast. I'm your host, Raina Nilal, an emerging full-time commercial farmer, as well as the brand ambassador of the Women and Youth Loan Scheme at the Agricultural Bank of Namibia. Now, today we're in the Oshikoto region, to be exact, the Tsumeb district, and we're here with a local farmer. From the Farmers Crush Friday article to the Farmers Crush Friday on the Agri-Learn podcast. Sir, please be so kind to introduce yourself.
Ja, my naam is Hansie van der Merwe. Johannes Martinus van der Merwe, as jy dit so wil stel. En my plaas se naam is Ludwigshaven en is deel van 'n groot plaas wat in kleiner porsies opgedeel is.
Amazing. So we're here on your farm, Ludwigshaven.
Ja.
How many hectares is it? Because I see there's a lot going on here.
Dit is net 100 hektaar. Dat is sê dis die kleinste plaasie in die land, want hy's net 100,03 hektaar.
100,03 hectares. Yeah. Okay. Now, sir, we interviewed you before for our Farmers Crush Friday article, but we're here to interview you on the Agri-Learn podcast. So we're talking about you and what you produce. What is it that you get to produce on this 100 hectares?
Hoofsaaklik plant ons mielies. En ek het so basies 6 jaar terug het ek begin om groente te plant. En huidiglik ja, is die groentemark maar swak. So ek fokus heel op koring en mielies hierdie jaar.
Okay.
So die groente het ek 'n bietjie afgeskaal.
Now, what inspired you to venture into farming?
Ja, dit is kyk ek het 'n liefde vir die natuur. 'n Liefde om te kan sien hoe ontwikkel 'n plant met die regte kunsmis en die regte aandag wat jy 'n plant gee, en op die einde van die dag om die sukses daar agter te kan sien. So dit is wat vir my so lekker is aan boerdery, om die eindresultaat te sien dat dit 'n sukses is.
Wow. So you're only focusing on crop production, or do you have anything else going on here?
Ek het 'n klomp skape en dan het ek 'n paar beeste, en dan het ek verlede jaar begin om met varke ook te boer.
Oh, wow. So how many sheep are we talking about, cows and pigs as well?
Is sommer by 370, 380 skape, en dan het ons 20 beeste en dan het ons 25 varke.
Wow. All on 100 hectares.
Ja.
Wow.
Op 100 hektaar.
Okay. So when did you start farming?
Is om by 13 jaar terug het ek en my pa saam begin boer.
Okay.
En nou so in 2019 het ek die grond by hom oorgeneem.
Okay.
En daarvan af is ek nog voltyds in die boerdery.
Wow.
So wat ek nou basies groente en ander ding koring en mielies doen.
Wow. 13 years in the farming industry, livestock and crop production. Let's talk about character building. How has farming influenced your character as Johannes van der Merwe?
Ja, kyk hierso, op die einde van die dag, ek het niks ondervinding gehad van akkerbou nie, niks nie. Ek het van 'n beesplaas af gekom as 'n kind, daar het ek groot geword. En toe op die einde van die dag het ek hier beland. En maar ek hou daarvan om te kan sien daar's 'n sukses daar agter. Vir dit wat jy insit, dit oes jy. Dit wat jy 'n plant gee, sal hy vir jou teruggee.
100%.
As jy kyk na hom, as hy gesond bly en hy het water en hy het kos, sal hy vir jou terugbetaal.
100%. I like that. Now, we talked about your venture into the farming business. Let's talk about your challenges. 13 years in this business. What were some of your challenges that you experienced?
Ek dink ons grootste uitdagings wat ons het in Namibia is ons bemarking, veral op ons groente. Ons is net so klein lyntjie, en as al die boere saam dieselfde produk plant, laat ons hom oorstok die mark, dan het ons hier 'n goeie markie. En dit gaan oor bemarking, oor vraag en aanbod. So hoe minder, hoe beter pryse. Maar op hierdie stadium is dink ons grootste challenge is bemarking en dan ook kommunikasie tussen my, die verkoper en die eindverbruiker. Ek dink dis die grootste uitdaging wat daar is.
Awesome. So we talked about your challenges. Let's talk about your best experiences. Because I believe there were some best experiences in your 13 years. What were they?
Ja, kyk jy, die ondervinding wat ek opgetel het is ook maar deur om proewe te plant vir Agra. In die laaste 10 jaar het ek dit vir Agra gedoen. Hierdie jaar het ons vir die produsentevereniging gedoen. En is om aan die einde van die dag te sien wat is die sukses vir elke grond. Kyk jy, my grond en jou grond verskil. Jy gaan nie dieselfde doen op jou grond as wat ek op my grond doen nie. Jou pH, jou grond, alles verskil van my grond. So, dit is my ondervinding wat ek opgetel het. Elke ou en elke plant het sy potensiaal. Kyk jy, as ons teruggaan na mielies toe. Mielies, daar is soveel verskillende cultivars, maar dit gaan oor plantestand, dit gaan oor hoeveel water, hoeveel kunsmis, elke plant, en dit gaan oor die grondtype ook. So, ek dink dit is wat ek sal sê.
All right. Now, something very important I just realized. You have different types of crops going on here that you've planted. Why is it important for a farmer, especially somebody that's starting, to test their soil and to test their water?
Ja, dit is 'n goeie vraag. Want die ding is, jy kan nie op die einde van die dag gaan en net hals oor kop besluit, maar hoor jy, so ek gaan nou soveel kunsmis insit nie. Toets die grond, kyk wat is die potensiaal van die grond en daarvolgens doen jy. En moenie eers groot gaan nie. Maar ek sê die grootste sukses wat ek in my lewe gehad het is om te proewe te doen wat op my grond werk. So
wonderful. Mr. van der Merwe, we're approaching the end of today's episode, but before I let you go, please, your message to the Namibian women and youth who want to venture into farming but probably don't know if they should, and to your local fellow farmers as well. What is your message to them?
Ek sal sê die grootste ding is om vandag 'n sukses te maak van 'n boerdery is. Jy moet 'n boerdery sien soos 'n besigheid. Jy moet 'n goeie management hê. Jy moet 'n goeie verhouding hê met jou werkers. En dan ook jy moet 'n verhouding hê met jou kliënt. Jy moet 'n goeie verhouding hê met jou kliënt. En ondersoek jou mark voordat jy begin om 'n ding te plant. Moenie net omdat my buurman dit plant, ek het ook gaan plant nie. Maar ondersoek eers jou mark voordat jy daai ding doen. So ek dink, want die ding is 'n ou wil nie skoolgeld betaal nie. Kry jy iemand anders wat klaar die skoolgeld betaal het. Vra jou buurman wat langs jou is, wat 'n sukses maak of wat ook al. Ken jou buurman langs jou. En hy sal vir jou ook raad gee. Dis hoe ek ook mag in my tyd geleer het. Ek het by die buurman langs aan gevra, hoe doen jy dit? En dis waar ou daai sukses op die einde van die dag die vrugte pluk van dit wat jy ingesit het.
Wonderful. Now, you have carrots planted, you have beetroot planted, you have cabbage planted, you have oats and you have wheat. Who do you supply to?
Een van my groot markte is GoFresh in Swakop. Dit is een van my groot markte, en dan Namib Mills, al my mielies gaan na Namib Mills toe en my koring gaan na Bakomo toe.
Bakomo, Namibia. Wonderful.
Namibia.
That's absolutely amazing. Mr. van der Merwe, thank you so much for taking time from your busy schedule to be part of this amazing episode. I'm sure our viewers and listeners have learned quite a thing or two. I have. And it's finally good to meet you in person.
Ja, dit was nogal 'n goeie experience om vir julle ook hier so te hê, en baie dankie vir die geleentheid wat ek gegee is om dit aan die res van Namibia voor te lê. So, maar baie dankie.
Wonderful. We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
All right then, until next time, it's bye-bye. Still part of the Farmers Crush Friday episode. This time around, we're in the Otjizinjupa region, Grootfontein district, and with a whole different farmer. I'll ask her to introduce herself. Lady, how are you doing?
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm doing fantastic.
Awesome. Please be so kind to introduce yourself.
My name is Elizabeth Taljaard. I'm farming on Farm Veldane near Grootfontein. And yeah, it's fun here.
It's fun here. I can see there's a whole lot going on. Now tell us, Elizabeth, if I may call you that,
Yes.
all right? I know you as Babette.
You can call me Babette or Elizabeth, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. All right, awesome. Now, you are a crop farmer as well as livestock farmer.
Yes.
What inspired you to venture into farming, and how long have you been farming?
Sure, that's a interesting question. There's not really something that inspired me.
Yeah.
It was just like per chance that this happened through life experiences and
Yeah.
issues in life.
Yeah.
But through the grace of God, someone came over my path and asked me to start doing this with the other lady.
Yeah.
And yeah, then it was just like a bug that bit me. So it was so addictive when I saw like this is actually working.
Awesome.
So just every day when I see all these seedlings and everything, it just keeps me going. It's super fun.
Absolutely amazing. So how long have you been doing this?
Since 2020, beginning of 2020.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you're still, finding your footprint,
Yeah.
experiencing the exciting stuff when it comes to crops and
Yeah.
livestock farming.
I always try to do new things. I like new
Yeah.
experiments and
Yeah.
stuff. So the watermelons are something new to me.
Okay.
So, but yeah, like life things like the weather today, they look a bit off.
Yeah.
So hopefully they will look alive later today when the sun comes out. So
I
yeah.
believe they will. All right, so we just talked about your journey. You started in 2020, and you said it was just, by chance that you got to start, right? So what were some of your challenges that you experienced during this past 2 years?
Sure. Like as a woman in agriculture,
Yeah.
people usually when I go buy the things I need like fertilizer and chemicals, the people usually check me out like, are you really farming? Like they had their doubts and
Yeah.
everything. Like I usually had like to prove myself, like I am capable of doing this. I'm just a woman in agriculture.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that was one of the challenges. Like people, I had to like show myself like I can do this to
Yeah.
other people, and that's not needed.
Yeah.
And then the other challenges is like markets. Like for me, the biggest challenge is markets, to get the right market.
Yeah.
At this moment, I take my produce to the informal market
Yeah.
in Chumep or Grootfontein, even Rundu.
Wow.
But yeah, it's quite challenging as there's a lot of people taking their produce to the markets as well, and then it quickly gets flooded and the market price is down, and it's just such a mission to get your things out there and do your thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would love to have a steady market,
Yeah.
and that's the biggest challenge I face.
To have a steady market that you can, supply to consistently. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It makes a whole
Yeah.
lot of sense. Now we talked about your challenges. Let's talk about your best experiences
Sure.
throughout the past 2 years. What are some of your best experiences?
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot. I like that. There's a lot.
I've met many amazing people like yourself.
Oh, thank
and
you.
everyone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just a lot of interesting people came on my paths.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting opportunities. Yeah, there's a lot. Like I can talk about that the whole day. But yeah, that's like the brief.
Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
Opportunities and new people.
Yeah.
That's the best experience. And to farm with vegetables and small livestock, yeah, it's super fun.
It's super fun.
Yeah.
I like that you're having so much fun, while
Yeah,
you're doing
it's-
something that you love.
It's just fun all the time. There's never a dull moment. There's like the stresses, but
Yeah.
it's so beautiful. It's always fun.
Absolutely amazing. It looks like as if this path chose you,
Yeah.
and you're running with it.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It's fun.
All right. So we just talked about your best experiences. Let's talk about character building. How has farming contributed to your character as Elizabeth Babette Taljaard?
Yeah, sure. It has such positive impact on my character building.
Yeah.
Like I've learned just to never underestimate yourself, just to put yourself out there, never like in your head put yourself underneath. You are equal with everyone. Everyone is struggling with farming and have their successes and their issues and everything, but it has brought so much positivity and has built my character extremely. Like, I'm more confident. I'm just so happy.
No, that's absolutely amazing, because I think that's the one thing, or one of the things that, you know, farmers should have. You need to have confidence in what you're doing, because if you don't, you can be swayed anyway. Somebody can tell you, no, you can't do this, and if you believe that, you end up not doing it. You know, so if you have the self-confidence that, you know what, I can do this despite what anybody says, boom, 2 years,
you
look where you
yourself, like, if you just see something you do and it's working, you're proving yourself you can do anything, like 100%. Anything.
100%.
You put your like mind to it. Like, if someone told me in 2019 in 2020 you will farm with vegetables and crops and everything, like just making your own seedlings and not buying from a nursery, I would tell that person, no, you're crazy.
I like that.
But just like, life just shoves you in a direction, and you have to do it. You're thrown in the deep side, and that's actually the best, because you learn to do things. No one else is going to do it for you. You need to learn to do it. So that's been great.
High five to that one. I like that. All right, so we talked about character building. Let's talk about food security, right? The theme for this season is titled Towards Food Security. The theme for this season is titled Food Security. Now, how do you as a farmer contribute towards food security in Namibia?
Sure, I think, like, if I wasn't in even the informal market, if I wasn't there, like, there's always up seasons and down seasons and everything. Like, with the informal market, there's sometime during the year there's no tomatoes. Like, my main thing is tomatoes. Like, sometime during the year there's no tomatoes. Then if I wasn't there to like deliver, then there would have been people that haven't had like food to eat. So that makes me feel like I'm contributing to giving them food as well. And it's in the informal market, so they pay less than what you would buy in the shops. So that's
what else to say. No, it's fine. That's an amazing contribution, actually. You playing your part by supplying your produce to the informal market, so that somebody else can, you know, buy from them at a cheaper price, which is a ripple effect, which is actually a great thing. Which is actually a great thing. Now, something that quite some farmers don't do, right? When they look at a piece of land, they're like, you know what? I'm going to plant cabbages on this. I'm going to plant, let's say, tomatoes. I'm going to plant watermelons. They don't test their soil. They don't test their water. They just look at it and feel like, you know what, this sand looks good. And when it doesn't produce, they stand there and they're like, man,
what's happening?
What's happening, you know? And they've spent quite a lot of money on it. You were just telling me earlier on that you spent about $3,000+ on all these seedlings.
Just for the watermelons.
Just for the watermelons.
The tomatoes are another price.
Tomatoes are another price. Just look at that. So why is it important for farmers, especially those that are starting, to test their water and test their soil? What's the importance of that?
No, that's really important, because like sometimes in your soil there is different minerals and stuff. So if you plant like for instance tomatoes on soil that has a lot less nitrogen or something, or like maybe too much nitrogen, then when you give nitrogen to the plants, that's a waste of money, and that's too much. Then you need to give something else to even the play field.
Yeah.
So no, that's very, very important.
Yeah.
And also with the water, with also minerals and vitamins in the water.
Yeah.
Sometimes water, like our water, is very rich in minerals and vitamins. So the plants get like a lot of the nutrition from the water as well.
Yeah.
So there's no need to give that much fertilizer and those things. So it really plays a big part. You can really save money, or you can need to spend too much money. It really plays a big role.
So it actually helps with the with better budgeting, finances,
better budgeting.
And that's very important. Even with the livestock, knowing the kind of minerals that are in your water,
and also in the grass.
Grass
they eat.
Yes, 100% the lucerne. 100%. We're coming towards the end of the episode, but before I let you go, just like we did in the Farmers Crush Friday article, where we featured you, what is your message to your fellow women and youth of Namibia, those who are considering or venturing into farming, or those that have already started but just finding their way into this whole agribusiness? What is your message to them?
Sure, I would just say never underestimate yourself. You are capable of doing anything and everything. Like, just put your mind to it. Do not take the shortcuts. Do it the right way. Keep track of everything. Management and organization is key. But you can do anything you put your mind to it. It's super fun. If you just start doing something, just do it, like the Nike logo says, just do it. It will bring so much positivity to your life and so much energy. You will meet the most amazing people. Just do it. And have fun.
I like that. Just do it and have fun while you're doing it, okay? So we've come to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for taking time from your busy schedule to be part of this interview. It really means a lot to us.
Well, thank you for coming and having this interview with me. And it was really fun having you guys here. And you may come anytime.
Oh, we will. We'll come during your harvesting period.
Free labor.
Oh, and here I thought we were getting free produce. Kanti is free labor.
Everything has a price.
True, that is true. Well, until next time, guys, it is bye-bye. Feel part of the Farmers Crush Friday episode, this time around in the Okahanja district with an amazing young farmer. Farmer, good day, and please kindly introduce yourself.
Well, good day, Dash. Welcome to Kaimbo 306. I'm Shenzhou Kabetuna. Farming in Makanjatu, Okahanjo, Kamatapati, and Ocho.
Wow.
Yeah, so basically I'm just a 23-year-old that's into farming.
23-year-old, amazing stuff. Now let's talk about your farming journey. When did it all start for you?
I started farming at a very young age with my parents, especially my dad and my family.
Yeah.
But commercially I started when I was 16.
16 years old?
Yeah.
Wow.
Started with small stock. It was like a petty cash.
All right.
Yeah, with the easy stuff first.
Awesome stuff. Now, what inspired you to venture into farming?
The money.
The money.
The money.
I like your honesty.
No, it's the money and the passion that I had for livestock. I started with small stock, but the cattle were there. But then I started seeing like, okay, no, let's take a few oxen there.
Yeah.
And the money that came out, I was like, wow, actually this is like the gold pot.
Yeah.
So that's why I decided that no, I should actually venture into this more and more.
Okay. Wonderful. Now, are you a part-time farmer or full-time farmer?
I'm a part-time, full-time. I'm actually both.
Okay.
I'm also a student at NUST.
Okay.
Studying my bachelor's in agriculture. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing stuff. Now, farming. You started farming commercially, you said, and you're at the age of 23. Let's talk about your best experiences and your challenges that you experienced throughout your farming journey.
The best experience is when you actually sell, to be honest, when the money reflects into a bank account. When you bring in a new animal, it's like humans, and you bring a new animal to life when they're growing, how you watch them grow, and they actually have a bond with the animals.
Yeah.
And the worst experience is a drought. the 2019 drought was one of the drought that hit us the hardest. In average, we lost a lot of cattle in that year.
So sorry.
Yeah, drought and theft.
Drought and theft.
Yeah,
Okay.
theft is also one of the big disadvantages we have in farming.
Sure. All right. We talked about your best experiences as well as your challenges. Let's talk about character building. How has farming contributed to your character as Shianja Wakavetuna?
Wengaba was a very impatient boy,
Yeah. Okay.
but farming taught me to be patient.
Yeah.
Farming taught me to be vigilant and take care.
Yeah.
Because if you're in a rush and if you want things to expand fast or turn over fast, it's just distraction waiting to happen.
Yeah. Sure. I've learned that the hard way as well.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, we're approaching the end of the interview, but before I let you go, what is your message to your fellow youth who want to venture into farming?
Guys, go for it. Seriously. Farming is like the best. It's one of the growing markets in Namibia. And farming doesn't only involve animals. Okay, I also farm with animals, but I'm also into crop production and food production.
Okay.
So the market is there. The opportunities are there to make money from. And Namibia still imports most of their food.
Yeah.
So when you start doing, like when you go into crops, seriously, you won't go wrong. The challenges are gonna be there. It is risky,
Yeah.
but what's not risky in life?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. All right, Kavetuna, thank you so much for taking time from your busy schedule to be part of this interview. Highly appreciated. We hope to visit you again soon.
I also do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right then. Until then, it's bye-bye.